What is going on, everybody? This is how I made $13,265 day trading NASDAQ today. Now, as you can see, I'm logged in to my AMP Live account, right? And here's the P&L for $13,265. So today's trade, I'm going to walk you through and show you how I got my bias for the day, how I entered the trade, how I managed the trade. And this trade was a little bit tricky, right? Because we have this crazy consolidation with these very long wicks, right? You can see here, very long wicks. And the reason for that was because Trump and the White House actually came out and released statements on lowering tariffs for the Chinese. But I want to walk you through and show you how I got my bias for the day and how I managed and entered the trade and was able to make $13,265. So as always, I start my analysis with a top-down approach, okay? So I'm always looking at the 4-hour, the daily, and the 1-hour, right? So the daily is always up here, the 4-hour is always down here, and the 1-hour right here. And that's just so I can get a good read on the market when I sit down in the mornings. And I'm not too zoomed in on the lower time frames, right? So I saw, right, if we look at the weekly chart, you can see the low of the week being put in, and we actually came down and purged all these daily lows right here on this Monday move. And so on the 4-hour, it looks something like this, right? Let me pull it over here. On the 4-hour, it looks something like this. You have Monday coming down, taking out this swing low, or in all these lows right here. And then you have Tuesday expanding to the upside and closing above Monday's opening price, right? So I look at that as a change in state of delivery, and it looks like we're having a classic expansion week with the Monday putting in the low of the week. And so when we closed above here on Tuesday, I said, great. The next morning, we created this gap right here, gapped up, and I said, awesome. Well, it looks like we're just hunting these highs up here on the 4-hour. So that's kind of how I got my bias, right? Using the a weekly profile and also looking at what liquidity is resting, right? We have all these lower highs here, right? And that to me is a low resistance liquidity run. And so you can see here, the market's actually still open. It's 3:25 on Wednesday in the afternoon, but I took this trade this morning. So let's go ahead and let's dive into how I actually executed the trade, right? So we have our bias set, just a simple weekly profile. Let's go ahead and let's drop down to the 1-hour. The first thing that I saw was this right here, right? This down close candle being closed above at 9 o'clock. And so you can see here, I've drawn out actually this opening price, this blue line here. And we came up and closed above at 9 o'clock and opened the new 9 o'clock hourly candle. I saw price starting to come down into this level, right? And so I wanted to see this down close candle, this black candle here, act as support to send price higher, right? That's what I was looking for. And that was my higher time frame key level, this opening price here, this order block. Because in bullish order flow, general rule of thumb is you want to see down close candles support price. So dropping down lower, you can see in more detail that singular down close candle on the hourly is actually 2 down close candles now. And you can see at 9 o'clock, it opens up, comes down, hits it, digs into these down close candles, and then closes right here, right at 9:30. You can see if we drop down even lower, we actually have some overlapping imbalances, right? We have some overlapping imbalances right here, like this blue. And we also have a tiny little one right here as well. Okay, so you can kind of see it that we dig into. All the while, we're digging into these down close candles right here. So that is what I saw going into the open, right? And I trade the New York AM session or the open. And as I saw that, right, I wanted to see these hold. And when I saw this little closure here, I said, great, let me drop down to a 5-minute. And on that 5-minute chart, what did I see, right? It's getting kind of messy. I'm going to remove some of this stuff, but you can just see here, this blue line, that's the change in state of delivery on the hourly chart. So let me make that bigger over here for you guys. There we go. You can see this blue line here. That's the change in state delivery for the hourly chart. It's right here. So when we dug down into this series of down close candles here on the hourly and the 30-minute, I saw we created a fair value gap right here. And what most people probably saw was us sweeping this high right here and coming back inside the range and creating some kind of displacement here. But what I saw was on the higher time frames, we were respecting these down close candles, right? And my bias for the day was bullish, right? So why would I be trying to short this? So all I did was watch it, and I waited for signs of this gap right here, this SIBI or this bearish fair value gap, to show signs of weakness or being disrespected, right? And the very first sign of that was on the 5-minute. You can see we actually close above it right here, right? So you can see we close above the 50% of that fair value gap right here. And so that was the first sign for me to get bullish again, right? Because even though we created a fair value gap right here, I'm not just going to blindly short that. My bias is to the upside. So I want to get on side with that. And so when I saw we close above the 50%, that was the first sign of weakness, right? And the first sign that, hey, we're digging into these down close candles on this 1 hour chart, on the 30-minute chart that I showed you here. We're digging into those down close candles here, right here. And so as we were digging into that, I was looking for signs of reversal. And so the first thing I saw, like I said, was this 5-minute imbalance get disrespected here. And so I told myself, all right, when we close above that fair value gap, when we disrespect it fully and close above like we did here in this candle, I'm going to get long and I'm going to mark it in 4 contracts. And that is exactly what I did, right? You can see here, right when this candle closed, this candle opened, I marketed in 4 contracts on NASDAQ. So 59.75 was right here. And my stop was below the swing lower here. Nothing fancy, not trying to get too fancy. My stop was below this swing low right here. And so I said, great, we've now disrespected this fair value gap. And not only have we disrespected that, we've also created a new fair value gap, a new BISI, right? Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, and that's below as well. And so you can see here, actually, if I remove this, right at 9:35, right, we had some news. We had an FOMC member speaking. We also had some tweets coming out from the White House on my newsfeed talking about lowering Chinese tariffs. And we also had some news later on in the morning as well. So that's why you saw that crazy volatility in the market. And so, like I said, this trade was kind of tricky because I entered here and I had to hold through these crazy wicks, right? I was up like 10 grand, 15 grand at one point, all the way back down to here, only up like a few grand. And I just had to hold through all this choppiness, right? Before we finally came up and tagged this daily high up here at 19,144. So we hit that. We were a tick short right here, actually. And I had to sit through all this. But let me show you how I manage the trade, right? So if I go on a 15-minute, right? If I go on a 15-minute up here, you can actually see, make that bigger. You can actually see right here, we have a little fair value gap here. And so price comes down while it's chopping below this high, below this daily level here. And it actually sweeps this low right here and dips into this fair value gap, right? This 15-minute gap that I've shown right here. And when it does that, it kind of creates this power of 3 scenario, right? So it kind of creates this power of 3 scenario. And if we drop down on a 1-minute, I can show you that in more detail, right? So you have this giant consolidation here and here, and we end up sweeping the lows, dipping into this 15-minute imbalance right here. And it creates this power of 3 formation where we sweep those lows, dip into a higher time frame key level on the 15-minute here. And the 1-minute, you can see the candle bodies respecting that low, also hitting this 15-minute imbalance here. And then we finally get the move we're looking for and take out this high right here. And I was shooting for a 3R, right? So if we go back to a 5-minute, right? Go back to a 5-minute and I show you the R or the risk reward that I was looking for. I entered at 59.75, so like right there, stop here. And I was shooting for a fixed 3R. And as you can see, we didn't get it, right? We stopped just short of that. And so what I told myself was, I've already sat through all of this. Keep that in mind. I said, okay, it looks like the market's ready to run now. We've taken out this low. It's moving higher now. And I said, when we take out this high that's resting just below this key level here, I want to see how this 5-minute candle closes, right? And so I was going to give it some time to get up there, and I would have made like 17 grand on the trade if we hit my terminus, right? My fixed 3R, but we didn't get it, right? And so I followed my plan. I said, all right, if we don't close above this level and we get some kind of bearish close here, I'm just going to get out, with whatever I have on the trade open. And that's exactly what I did, right? This candle closed. It didn't close above this level, a very bearish close with a wick, you can see. And I just got out for all 4 of my contracts. And it ended up being, let's see, 125, about, let's just say it was a 2.5R, 2.3R trade, right? So I got 2.3R. I didn't get my full 3R like I wanted, but that's what you got to do, right? And you got to follow your plan. And so I'm operating in the market with if-then statements. If this happens, I'm going to do this, right? If we come down, and you can see I didn't jam my stop loss so tight where I could have gotten manipulated out of my position before the run, right? You can see I made the right call, and I exited my position because look what happened next. Big sell-off, right? So I took my profits and I ran, and I was done for the day. And I was in this trade for about an hour and 15 minutes. So all in all, made $13,265 in an hour. And that was the trade, right? That was my setup. Now, if you need help with any of this and you want to learn and work directly with me, I have a few spots open where you can learn my system and get direct one-on-one help. So just go to the link in the description. It's going to take you to this site, watch the explainer video, and then you can click here to apply and work directly one-on-one with me.